Hello all, today I'm back with another update, and this time it's the long-awaited iOS overhaul. In this update, I've brought a few changes, mostly in the UI and in the way that it calls other devices. So the first thing you'll notice with the app open here is up at the very top, the checkboxes are no longer the default iOS switches where it slides left and right, and instead I've replaced them with the square checkboxes you see here, and they toggle just as you'd expect. I'll go into the functionality later, but for now let's focus on this middle area. Up at the top here, you can see there's some column titles, and below that, there's nothing. In this center, there used to be a large label that listed all the devices that were currently connected, but I've removed that and replaced it with a table, so now when you connect devices, they'll show up as rows in that table. So, as you can see, I've turned on this iPhone 8 and opened the app, and now it shows up as iPhone 8 in the table. I can do the same thing with these other two phones, which are the iPhone 8 Plus and iPhone 11 Pro, and as you'll see, they do the exact same thing, inserting themselves into the table in no particular order. Now that I have all the devices connected, I can choose any one of them to call from. I'm going to choose the iPhone 11 just because it's nice and centered at the top here, and I can select the ones that I want to call. In the previous version, when you press the button, it would just call everything connected, including your own device, but now it will only call the ones that are selected in the table. This of course means you can select any number of devices in any order in the table. They don't have to be next to each other or anything, and it'll call those ones. Now if you've used the app before, you may be wondering, well then how do you call yourself if you can only call the ones in the table and your own device doesn't show up in the table? This is where the checkboxes at the top come in. Now the ones on the left and right don't do anything just yet. I'm going to implement those later, but the one in the middle toggles whether or not you're going to call yourself when you press the button. So as you can see, when I had the checkbox unchecked and press the call button, nothing happened. But if I leave it checked and press the call button, it's going to call my own device in addition to whatever other devices are selected in the table below. So I think I've managed to just about sum up the entire update in less than 2 minutes. If I missed anything, let me know, but as far as I'm aware, that's all the new changes in the update, and everything else that I didn't mention has remained the same. Some old news for those of you who have not been following this project: the checkboxes in the top left and top right, like I mentioned in this video, don't do anything. They never have, but they might in the future because I'm planning on updating it so you have continuous vibration and continuous sound upon hacking. The camera button on the right hand side plays that simple camera hacking animation just like in the game. And the drone button is grayed out because, well, there's no drones. Before I forget, my very last and least exciting point of this video is that there's now bezel accommodation for the newer iPhones that have that notch at the top. So with that, this video is concluded. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to continue following this project, please consider subscribing. See ya!